Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn about abstract class and interface in Java. So what is abstraction? Definition of abstract class, need of an abstract class, example of abstract class, definition of interface, need of an interface, example of interface, and difference between abstract class and interface. Let's begin. First, let us discuss what is abstraction. We know that abstraction is one of the property of object-oriented programming. But what exactly is abstraction? We can say that abstraction is the process of hiding the unnecessary details and only showing what's relevant or necessary. For an example, if we talk about driving a car. Now, if you need to drive a car, you only need to know about the steering, the accelerator, the brake, clutch and the gears. You do not have to know about the engine or about the transmission or any other component of the car. So this is one example of real world abstraction. In Java programming, abstraction can be achieved by either using the abstract class or by using an interface. So both of them we are going to discuss. Now what is the definition of abstract class? How we can define abstract class? A class which is declared using the keyword abstract is known as an abstract class. Now by seeing any class you can easily tell if it is an abstract class because the class name will have the word abstract before it, like abstract class class1, like abstract class employee. If the class name is beginning with the word abstract, that means it is an abstract class. An abstract class can contain one or more abstract methods. An abstract method is a method without implementation or body. So in abstract class we can have one or more abstract methods. It is not necessary that all of the methods in the abstract class will be abstract, but one or more methods can be abstract. Now what is an abstract method? A method is abstract if it is without a body. For an example, abstract void print semicolon. In this statement we can see that the method is only declared, means the prototype is given, but the definition, means the body of the method, is not present. This is an example of abstract method, and the method declaration will be beginning with the word abstract. Now we cannot create any object of abstract class, and if any class is derived or created using the abstract class, then the derived class will have to implement the abstract methods of the abstract base class. Suppose you have any abstract class and you have two abstract methods in that class. Now if you derive any class from that abstract class, you have to define both of the abstract methods which are in the base class. Okay? Abstract class can have non-abstract or static methods. We can have normal methods and normal variables also in the abstract class. It is not strict that all of the methods and all of the variables will be abstract. Abstract class can have final, non-final, static and non-static variable. Abstract class may have a constructor which can be used to initialize the non-final members through the derived classes. Now, I just told that we cannot create objects of abstract class. Then you must be thinking, then what is the use of a constructor? Basically the constructor will be required so that the members that we have in the abstract class, the data members, can be initialized through the derived classes. So using the derived classes we can call the constructor of the base class. That is part of the process of inheritance. In inheritance we do that, we call the base class constructor from the derived class. By that way, we can use the constructor which is in the abstract class. Of course, we cannot create object of abstract class, so directly the constructor will not be called. Now, what is the need of an abstract class? We can say that Java abstract class is used to provide common method implementation to all the subclasses or to provide default implementation. For an example, suppose I have a class student, and using that class I want to derive two more classes, college student and school student. Now we know that the property of a student is also present in the college student as well as in the school student, but some extra details will be there. We can have any abstract method like abstract void admission, and this method can be used in both of the derived classes, can be defined in both of the derived classes differently. Like the admission method in college student can be used for taking input the details of college student. Similarly, the same method can be used in the school student to take input the detail of any school student. Now the detail, the process will be different, but the method return type, the method name and the method argument will remain same. Since it is mentioned in the base class that it is abstract, then that syntax means that prototype will have to be followed by both of the derived classes. That is the use of abstract class. It will give you a default implementation that can be used by all the derived classes. Now let us take an example. We have an abstract class bank. Abstract class bank, string cname, abstract void open account, void show name. Now you can see in this abstract class I have a normal variable, non-final variable, normal variable. I have an abstract method. I also have a normal method. So you can see that in abstract class we can have a normal method. We can have a normal variable also. But if your class is having one or more abstract method, then your class need to be declared an abstract class. Now using this abstract class, we are creating another class, savings account. So this syntax is just like a normal inheritance programming syntax, like class savings account extend bank. There we are having account number. Now this is the method which we are defining, void open account, and this method is the abstract method which is mentioned in the base class. Since I am extending my class using the abstract class, so I have to define the abstract method of the base class. But I need not define the method or use the method which is not abstract. Okay, that means in the class savings account, if I am not defining the method open account, then it is not possible. It will give me error. But it is up to me whether I want to define or I want to use the show name method or not. Now what is an interface? An interface is just like a class. Always remember, it is just like a class. It is not a class. But it is declared using the keyword interface. That is the difference. You will get the difference there only. When you declare any class, you write class, like class employee, like class student, like class management. But when you are declaring an interface, you write interface, like interface employee, interface school, like that. So every method declared inside of interface is implicitly abstract method, and every variable declared inside the interface is static constant. That means you cannot have a normal variable. An interface cannot have any constructor. Okay, in abstract class we can have constructor, in interface we cannot have a constructor. Every member of interface is by default public and cannot be changed to private. Now in the abstract class we can have private members or protected members, but in case of interface it is strict that the members will be public. When we create a subclass of any abstract class, then we use the extends keyword. Just I showed you that example. In that example, extend keyword was used. Yes, but when we are talking about interface, we don't use the extend keyword. We use the keyword implements. We can say that interface is used to achieve full abstraction. How? That in abstract class we can have normal methods. In abstract class we can have normal variables also, but in case of interface all the variables are final static and all the methods are abstract, so it is used to achieve full abstraction. If any class is not implementing or defining all of the methods of the interface, then it has to make itself also an interface, and the next class which will be implemented will have to define all the methods of both the interface. That means suppose you have any interface in which you have two abstract methods. I mean all the methods are abstract by default in interface. So you have two methods which are abstract. If you derive any class from it, from that interface, then you need to define both of the methods of the interface. But in case you are not doing that, then the class you are deriving will have to be an interface. Means you cannot make a class then. Okay, if you want to make a class, if you want to derive a class from interface, then your class must implement or define all of the methods which are in the interface. But if you're not doing that, then your class is not possible. You have to make it interface. Means your interface will implement another interface, and then the next class in the line will define all of the methods from both of the interfaces. Now, what is the need of interface? First of all, interface is used to implement full abstraction, that you must have understood by now, because of the concept that all of the methods are by default abstract and there is no case of a normal variable or a constructor. So interface is used to implement full abstraction, since all the methods in an interface is strictly abstract. So unlike abstract class, it cannot have non-abstract method. If some of you are not remembering what is multiple inheritance, I have the diagram in front of you. See, class A and class B. Using both the classes, class C is derived. So when more than one class is used to derive one class, okay, then it is known as multiple inheritance. We can say many to one. Many classes are used to derive one class. Many to one, that is multiple inheritance. So another main purpose of using an interface is for implementing multiple inheritance. Now why I'm telling you, because the extend keyword that we use in normal inheritance programming, that keyword cannot be used to include more than one class name. Means you cannot implement the multiple inheritance using the extend keyword. That is not allowed. For that we have the interface. Okay. Since a class cannot be created using more than one base classes, but more than one interface can be implemented in one class. Now we will see this example. Exactly in this example I have explained the multiple inheritance. Okay. This is my first interface. As you can see, when we are declaring any interface, we are not writing class. It is not a class. We write interface. Normally we write class 1, class 2. Okay. But here it is interface 1, interface 2. And inside the interface we have the method. The first method is void print1. It is an abstract method. You can see you do not have to write the word abstract. Even if you write the word abstract, it's okay, but you do not have to write, because even if you don't write, all the methods are by default abstract, so no need to write. This is abstract method. This is also abstract method, and you don't have to write any access specifier like public or private or anything like that, because by default it is public. Now when you are deriving a class, like I have derived the class my class, I have written implements 1, 2. Normally when we do inheritance programming, we write like class my class extends and then the base class name. We write extends keyword. In case of inheritance, we write that normal programming, but here in interface we write implements. So my class implements 1, 2, comma separated. Now the first method print1 I have defined. The next method also I have defined. Now here is one thing. Suppose you are deriving any class from any interface, like I am deriving my class from the interface 1 and 2. You will notice that I have used the keyword public. What if I don't use it? If I don't use it, then it will not work. Now why? In the base class it is not there. The reason is that the default access specifier in Java is package. It is not public. First comes public, then comes package, then comes protected, then comes private. Now, as I told you that all the members of interface, they are public. Now you are trying to define a method which is public, but if you don't write in your class public, then what happens that by default all the members are package. So that means if you are defining the method print1 and print2 without writing public, that means you are making it package, means you are changing the access specifier from public to package. That is not possible. Okay. So in the base class, if the abstract method is public, then the derived class, when you are implementing it, it has to be public. You cannot just write void print1, because then the computer will think that you are trying to make it package, from public to package. You are trying to change the access specifier, which is not allowed. You have to strictly follow the syntax as well as the access specifier of the abstract method in your class. So you have to write public void print1 and public void print2. Okay. Now finally let us see the differences between abstract class and interface, one by one we can compare. First difference, abstract class can have abstract and non-abstract methods. Clear? Whereas interface can only have abstract method. Second, abstract class can have final, non-final, static and non-static variables, whereas interface has only static and final variables. Then abstract class can have private and protected members. Interface members are public by default. Abstract class can have constructors. I told you already, we don't have a constructor in interface. Abstract class cannot be used for multiple inheritance since extend keyword is used, which doesn't support more than one class. Whereas in case of interface, multiple inheritance is allowed, it is supported because it is using the implements keyword. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.